Alright, welcome to episode 6. Alright, we got Balancers again. So Balancers, I believe, was in episode 3, and it was Everdark. Maybe we'll get regular this time so we don't get a duplicate. And I believe it was Moog for the day 2 boss that we got on Balancers. Alright, so I see... Is that a Leonine? We'll go ahead and fight this right away. Hopefully that skeleton does not actually aggro to me. I believe we did parry Balancers on the last one. Definitely hoping to find a parry shield again. I'm fighting this guy right away because I'm very confident in my deflecting ability. It's going to take a little bit at level 1 to get him down, but if you're confident you can no-hit the bosses at level 1, it's not a bad idea to start the field bosses right away. Skip the whole shenanigans of dealing with the starting camp. I say that, I'm probably gonna die to him now. And I might get my ult. And if that's the case, I'll probably just use it. The executor ult does stagger the Leonine around. Might be like 1 or 2 more stance breaks until I get my ult. Maybe 1 more actually. I did get my ult. I'm gonna dash parry and then use my ult. I'm actually just kind of worried it might aggro the bats. Executor ult does make noise and aggroes nearby enemies. But he'll be really close to dead after this claw. As long as it lands. Perfect. Don't get any greed. Don't take any greed hits. And we should have him right here. And Leonine's down, level 1. Do get a Moon Veil right away, but I also see I have negation. There's actually affinity negation on the Moon Veil. So I'll take the Moon Veil. I think if it didn't have affinity negation in that scenario, the other negation is really valuable. Even though Balancers are all physical, the affinity negation is just nice for the rest of the run. We do get level 4 right away off of the Leonine. And instead of rotating up here, I do like to rotate down here a lot of the time, since it's early on into day 1. There's just a smaller chance that this field boss will be available later in the run. When I do see I have a township over there, that's nice. So that's a magma worm. As easy as those are, it's just going to take too long to be worth it. And what would end up happening is the circle would be closing in as I'm about halfway done with it. And at that point, it's not worth it if I have to leave it. Just a huge time waste. I'm going to grab this church. I do see Libras on the map. We're going to have to check him at some point, see if he has the purifying tier that helps with Moog. If it happens to be Moog, we don't know if it's Moog. Oh, nice. This is actually really nice. Oh, I have really low madness resistance. But this is nice because this is a lot of runes early on. I might actually die because my madness resistance is really low. Might get hit by the madness and then hit by an enemy. Could be what ends up happening. Oh, my madness resistance went up. That's nice. I see there's a Madness Bolus there. I'm going to try to... I'm going to get procced. It's fine. I'm going to heal up. Okay, nice. Canceled that guy's attack. Count the Bolus. And I think now, if I go up top and kill them, the event will end. I'm going to sip these. Nice, perfect. And this will give me a lot of runes. Oh, 20,000. I was expecting more than that. We'll take the physical attack. And we'll take... Oh, that's a parry raptor talon. I'm going to take that. Very cool. And use that on balancers if I don't find anything else. And there is a hippo right here. Kill this red guy. Also want to be looking for improved crits. That's one of the most important passives to find on a balancer run when you're parrying them. Take the Scarab. Scarab could drop the improved crit talisman as well. It'd be super nice. And then we'll kill this hippo. Negation at full, that's another amazing talisman to get, of course. Love to just guard counter the hippo. Use the dash parry when stance broken. Guard counter that second slam. Usually have to back up a lot. A lot of the time, if you don't move a lot, when he's getting ready to slam down, he'll end up on top of you and you won't be able to deflect it. Skill attack power. I think the negation is actually more beneficial in this case. Of course, everyone loves skill attack power nowadays, but since I'm going to be parrying balancers, might as well open it. The rise since it's right there, but I'm going to be focusing on surviving and looking for crit related stuff rather than rely on skill attack power. I mean, might as well take a taking damage boost damage negation. It's really not that great of a negation for executor. But might as well take it just because I didn't have any, or just because I had some open slots. And there's a wall we can climb over here. We can check Libra. And then we'll do the rest of the castle. I do see some Banished Knights in the distance. Getting so many Banished Knights castles on these recordings. Libra's right here. Oops. Okay, he has Eventual Greatness. I think I'm going to actually take Eventual Greatness. The only reason I am taking it is because I do have the Ritual Shield Talisman. And that will keep me alive for at least one hit. So in my opinion, I think it's worth the risk to take Eventual Greatness with the negation I have. Okay, we can use the Moon Veil now. I'm just doing some R1s trying to fit in R1s when I don't have the punish window to guard counter. I'm gonna dash parry right here. And if I get hit during this Royal Revenant, I'm gonna pop my ult to stay alive. Oops. Yep. I had my parry weapon in my other hand, so I accidentally parried when I went to try to use a Moon Veil skill. It's fine though. Back at full HP. Keeps backing up when I go for the R1. Alright, and we should have him right here. Yep. Yellow Bastard Stars. Neither of these are useful, unfortunately. We'll just get FP on crit. I'm gonna see who the top boss is straight from here. A lot of the time I really don't like bothering with a Crucible Knight Castle. Really only if there's nothing else to do in the circle, then I'll do it. The Godskin Swaddling Cloth is going to be the better option. Alright, and let's head up to the top. I just killed this guy on the way up because he's right there and get in the way. Alright, and this is a perfect boss to find up here. Not worried about the time because I'm very centralized in the circle. Guard counter, get the crit. I like to just dash parry because it hits his head after you take a crit. He's already almost stance broken. This should break him. Yep. I'm gonna dash parry his head and then take the crit. Circle's right here. Might have time to kill some Banished Knights after this guy. Very nice. It was a very clean Ancestor Spirit. Alright, successive HP in combination with the Swaddling Cloth is pretty crazy. Unfortunately, I'm not really going to be doing many successive hits at Balancers if I'm parrying and critting. But it's nice for now. Let's just take care of these. We'll just kill this one item dropper for now. I'm going to use my ult. Don't want to go down with the eventual greatness. Okay, that guy's taken care of. None of these are good options. But I am going to buy the Wending Grace. Ooh, and there is uplifting. That's perfect. Is there improved crits? There is not improved crits. And that happens to be a parry shield. But I'm really not a fan of Thop's Barrier. I might buy it later in the run though. But let's buy another damage negation. Because this does stack with this. Any damage negations stack together. But it will just help overall for sure. And now when there's downtime, I like to think about where am I going to rotate after this day is done. So see the township is there. I think I'll go there and then rotate my way clockwise around the map after I check the township. I just got to remember to save my money that I get after this day one. And I'm going to switch my... Okay, so it is First Blade. So that means we get Moe again. Gotta be careful with these things. These things are pretty deadly. Oh, yeah. That's really unfortunate. If you're not careful with these things, they will destroy you, just like what happened to me. I'm gonna hit this berry bush over here. Hoping I can get my ult back. Use a Moonveil skill. They're right next to each other. Oh, there was one hiding in the bush, fortunately. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna... Oh my gosh, I almost died. I'm going to use my ult right away and try to kill the Cursed Blade. If this guy throws lightning, I'm gonna use my ult. Yep. Now the Cursed Blade's here. Wow, I have a lot of damage with my ult. Very fortunate. Very fortunate. I'm going to use my claw. I should be back at full HP. Perfect. Use the dash berry here. Alright, perfect. Oof, that was actually so scary. In my opinion, those enemies before the Curse Blade and the Divine Beast Warrior are scarier than the boss itself. Some day bosses just be like that. Saving my money so I can see what's at the township. I'm hoping for improved crits at this township. And the rest of the run, of course, but definitely going to be looking for those. Going to be buying the Wending Grace as well. And I was just thinking about the ritual... No, sorry, not the ritual. The Dragon Crest talisman for more negation. But since I have multiple negations at full, I'm going to forego the Dragon Crest shield talisman. The Ritual Sword is actually good for balancers when you're staying at full HP as well, so I might consider that. Let's see what they have though. Skill attack power rivers. Guarding negation. The guarding negation's nice. I think I'll just buy the Ritual Sword. I might regret not buying that rivers. It's a pretty insane one. I can't remember if I used rivers on the last... I think I did use rivers on the last balancers a few episodes ago. I'm gonna try to actively avoid taking rivers this run. Just to switch it up and not have this series be like, oh, just use rivers every single run. It's a bit repetitive and don't want to crutch on it too much. Okay, so there's a black knife right in front of me. Do that. Oh, and I did get the eventual greatness. I didn't go down. My health bar is looking pretty healthy. Yeah, I'm already at 1300 HP. I'm gonna count the deflects again to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 6 deflects for the stance break. In yesterday's episode, I'm pretty sure I fought the black knife. It was red. It was also 6. Attack power at full, that's pretty nice for now. We'll grab this church since it's right here. And then, oh, I see there's formidables. That was the magma worm. Fortunately, if I go to this one right now, as much as I want to, the circle's going to start closing. Probably as soon as I get there, or in the middle of me fighting that boss. So I'm just going to rotate around and kill some field bosses in this direction. Still on the hunt for improved crits. Haven't found a single one. There's a gargoyle right here. Sometimes that combo is really weird and misses if you get close within a certain distance. Okay, very nice. Dash parry right here. Got hit, so I'm going to use my ult. And the executor ult does so much damage to the gargoyle, it's really nice. And I might stance break him pretty soon. I'm going to use my claw here. He strafed it. Classic. I like to make distance for this. Roll. The last part. I could have fit a Moonveil skill right there. You can backflip tech that sometimes. Sometimes it misses, but sometimes it connects. I'm going to try again. Yeah, it connected that time. I'm gonna roll just because I was in a really awkward position. Not gonna be able to take the crit, so let's do the dash parry. Dash parry finishes him off. And still no improved crits. I'll take this. It's gonna reduce my HP. But I might want... Oh no, actually I just realized that's really good because I'm gonna want to you apply Frost to Moog for more damage. It's really nice when Frost is applied to Moog. And let's actually, instead of doing this right here, right now, I'm gonna go see what this boss is and rush it because it's not gonna be safe in the circle pretty soon. And then I'll come back to that demi-human. So yeah, always want to kind of judge what you can and can't get done while the circle's closing. And what is that? Is that a chariots? I might be able to do that too, depending how fast this boss is over here. If this is a Knight Cavalry, I kind of don't want to do it. Okay, it's the red grafted scion. I'm going to try to do it anyway. I'll take doing this over the flame chariots for now. This is a scary one to deflect. I kind of just got lucky there and spammed my deflect, and I'm not gonna lie. Okay, he's screaming. Get my HP back. Let's try deflecting this again. Alright, and we should have him here. Gonna dash parry. 1 HP. Very nice. Melee attack power. I think that's going to be better. No, I still need that. Yeah, we can take it over the taking damage, boost damage negation. That's not needed. Now, I think I'm going to risk doing these chariots. Well, I'm on the first one. I'm going to check if I have Knight's Tide. Demerit. Do I have Knight's Tide? No, I do not. So I should be okay. And I can use my ult if anything. As long as I get these chariots first try. Of course, I jinxed it. There we go. That one's in the rain now, but I'm not too worried about it. I did see a red zombie die there. I'll check that in a second, just in case it has improved crits. Let's kill some of these zombies since they're red. Check the drops now. Lots of drops here. Use HP loss. We're doing that on the other series. Okay. Let's check if there was a drop here. Nothing good there. So let's go back to the demi-human. And after applying the frost, I'll try doing more deflects on Moog this time. Maybe this time I'll get the guaranteed kill. I think in the last episode with Balancers, I said there's a guaranteed way to kill him, and I got him down to 1 HP, of course. So maybe I should be able to get it this time. The guaranteed kill. Works at any depth. But I'll talk about it again when we get there. Hopefully the demi-human has crits. It does not. Just take this skill FP. And from here, I'm 99.9% sure the circle is going to end up there in the top left. I'm just going to use the rest of the time to kill those field bosses up there. And maybe do that invader at the madness. Maybe, depending on these field bosses, how long they take. I'm hoping it is not a death ray bird because I don't have any good holy weapons. But even if it is, still do it. It'll be fine. And jump up here. We'll get to the field bosses. Get a flower, and that is a tree sentinel. That's perfect. Take out the flowers. This is where rivers would be really nice, but okay, it's already frosted. And I'll get tenacity since I'm poisoned after I hit the grace here. Skill attack power. Do I have room for that? Kind of don't even want it. I'm not going to be using skills at balancers. And when going between these field bosses, I like to take these guys out because they can get really annoying if they interrupt your fights with the field bosses. That one's chilling, I think. So anyone curious about the backflip tech? Watch my controller inputs here. During the second phase is when the backflip moves start coming out. Okay, this is gonna send him to phase 2. Yeah, almost all of the moves he does on you in phase 2 will cause the backflip. It's always an awkward attack. Always dash parry when he stands broken, it's extra damage. And he's gone. See a red bat over here. I'm gonna kill that in case it has improved crits. And we don't get... You get a lightning and spur rapier. That's actually good too for Moog. I'm gonna take that over... I don't really need the moon veil anymore. I'm gonna drop the moon veil. I can use the claw for bleed. I could actually poison, rot, and frost Moog if I really wanted to. These bats are so annoying to deal with, but get rid of them. I do have graces I can hit, so I'm not worried. Yeah, because I can use the claw once I apply all the status for bleed. And I find this to be one of the best ways to deal with Moog is to apply a lot of status. Just like, pretty much like the meta was before the DLC came out. The Deep of Night meta, I mean. We can get level 15 now. And I'm only a little worried about the Sanguine Noble before Moog. I find him scarier than Moog, actually. So I might use my ult. I could use my ult and then kill the rest of the enemies. Since I do have defeating enemies fills more of the Arcage +1 on my slot 5. That is one thing I could do. If he damages me too much, then I'll do that. Yep, so I'm gonna use my ult. I'm just gonna kill the Sanguine Noble. And then I'm gonna get out of my ult so I can build up my ult again for Moog. I realize I am gonna need it. I don't have the Purifying Tear. Yeah, I should be able to get my ult back when I want it at Moog. Okay. Wow, that was really unlucky, the Albinor coming at me like that. I am going to hit this berry bush over here. Really gotta try not to get hit. Okay, so I'm gonna apply a bunch of status to Moog. I just realized it's gonna do power stance moves, so I'm gonna just do this. Switch my weapon. And now I can apply poison. I'm gonna deflect for now, actually. Try to apply the poison. There's the poison. I'm gonna switch to my claw. So much weapon switching going on right now. Get the bleed. Alright, and I should be able to get the guaranteed kill here. So guaranteed. Dog on the third knee heal. One claw scratch combo right there. Second one right here. And then do your big claw, and he's going to stance break. Yep. Pull out the curse sword. And the crit finishes him off. And that strategy works for any depth as solo executor. Okay. No really good option for day 2. Take the stamina. And I think I did use a claw parry one time before on Balancers. Hopefully it feels fine. I'm really not too familiar with the parry frames for the different weapons. But don't need any shards. I'm gonna go with 3 Winding Graces, Opaline, and Exalted Flesh. And let's do it. So we could get normal Balancers here. It would be new for the series. If it's Everdark, then it's a repeat. That's okay. And it's ideal if they're separate while we're trying to parry them. Just watch out for the lines they spam. That's not good. Oh my gosh. The parry did not work. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to parry them. Yeah, when they're side by side like this, it's really not ideal, so I just run away. Yeah, the parry's not working, unfortunately. Might have to resort to deflecting. I don't like this poison buildup, so I'm going to use a flask. I think I am just going to deflect. It's good, because I didn't deflect last time. Sometimes they'll knock you back too far to the point where your guard counter doesn't connect. This might be a really long fight. Okay, just do some standard attacks on that one. I'm just gonna use my skill for that. It's probably best if I just use that whenever I get it. They're side by side. Try not to deal with them like that. Dodge because I was thinking about parrying. I'm gonna have to use a flask again. It's alright. Managed to get 2 of them with 1 skill. It's beautiful. Okay, did the guard counter there because I had a feeling it was going to connect. We do get a crit here. That's really good. gonna try to separate them. Separated. I do have my charge skill. Ah. Try to get both of them. Got one of them. Hard counter connected. Alright, let's see what version it is. It is Everdark again. It's gonna be a bit scary not being able to parry them properly. I'm gonna try one parry. Let's use an uplifting and try to parry once. The claws. Okay, it did work. That's very nice. That's weird. It just didn't really work for the regular balancer. And maybe there's going to be someone saying, oh, you timed it wrong. But no. The amount of times I've done these. I'm going to do the thing where I run away, try to get him to charge again. Okay, the phase is changing. I can do the thing where I two-hand my weapon and block. That should work with this. Yep, it works. Okay, cool. I'm gonna use my uplifting after this nuke right here. Yep, let's use the uplifting. Just jump that one because I was confident in jumping that. I'm a little in a weird distance here. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, make sure we just run away and we should be okay. The uplifting is gonna expire by the time the balancer gets to me, I'm pretty sure. But that's alright. If I miss... yeah, it just expired actually. If I miss a parry, I'm going to use my ult. Alright, so good to know. The claw parry timing is very weird, and I should not rely on that. Okay, we got it. Do I have... I do have Exalted Flesh. I should have popped one before that. That's alright. I think I have to do it a little bit early. That might be what's going on. If someone knows the iframes of all the weapons, you can let me know in the comments. Because I haven't educated myself on that. Almost back at full HP just from the HP restoration on my claws. Very nice. Back at full HP. It's beautiful. We get the phase change. I do have an Opaline. I think I'll just hold on to it. I still have all of my lives. Didn't use the free revive yet. It was a little scary, so I'm going to dodge the nukes the way I originally learned how to. Just go side to side. It's coming at me straight, so I can just stay here. For whatever reason, it always turns to the right. And in solo, the waves don't really come at you if you're facing the worm head on. Oh, okay. I'm gonna use my ult here. Because I did not have time to pop the Opaline before. Before getting in contact with the worm again. I'm just gonna use my full ult to run away safely. Alright, and we're good. And I'm gonna pop this Exalted Flesh right before the Balancer gets to me. Maximize the time with the damage boost. Didn't get the parry. Gotta run away. My stamina is an issue though. It's charging again. Got on the second try, that's fine. Alright, see this one's aggroing. Running away from the first one to create distance. Beautiful. I think it's gonna get sent to one more worm phase. That's alright. Yep. At least I get that crit. It should just be one more balancer after the worm phase. To play this extra safe, the fight's almost done, so I'm going to use a flask. I'm going to jump that. I could have blocked it. And let's get the Opaline out. There's actually almost no point to Opaline because I do have full damage negation. So instead of flasking, I could have used the Opaline. Really awkward worm. But now it's going to... Since it did the figure 8, it's going to do the straight line. For some reason, it's not coming straight at me. Really weird. Gold lines almost hit me, though. Now I gotta run away as much as I can. This should be enough distance. But you always want to just keep running, just in case. Alright, sweet. It should just be one more bouncer. A little close to them, but it's alright. Missed, so I'm gonna run. Might go down here. I'm gonna use a flask. Trying to get back in charge mode. I'm gonna deflect these. This last one causes you to backflip. Just might as well show some deflects, I guess, at the end. But we got it. There we go. Everdark Balancers again at depth 5 this time with a claw parry and a little bit of deflex at the end. No rivers of blood for the rest of the run. Alright, let's check the routing. So where did we start? We started here. Oh yeah, so in this one I did the Leonine at level 1. Managed to get that. Made my way down here. Saw there was a magma worm. Decided to skip that. Grab the church. Oh, was that a hippo? I actually forget what field boss that was. I apologize, but check Libra. He did not have the purifying tier. We can get that from him. But then did the castle. I think I did both those bosses, and then it ended up being the First Blade and Divine Beast Warrior Day 1 boss. From there, went to the township, kind of rotated clockwise, went up here, and then had to rotate back counterclockwise because of the circle coming in. Didn't find any improved crits this run, yeah, which makes balancers a little bit harder, in my opinion, but we still managed to get it done. The first phase of balancers before the Everdark phase is scarier, in my opinion, without, well, I had a parry, but the time, I wasn't used to the timing on this for the regular bouncer. It was working for the most part on Everdark, so that's what matters most. Alright, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.